guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here for our first episode in the countdown to Christmas, which is our Shop Your Stash 12 Days of Christmas. So instead of buying kind of, you know, treating ourselves to Christmas gifts, I thought that we would come along and we would just shop our stash, because I'm sure, kind of like a lot of you ladies out there, I've got tons of things here that I've just held on to and hoarded and what have you. So I thought I'm going to come along and I'm going to shop my stash. Now, my main thing of hoarding, and I know I've talked about this before, is papers. Yeah, for some reason I just buy papers, absolutely love them. And yeah, of course, then I can't bring myself to use them. So I've got quite a few Stamperia papers, which, you know, I have opened them and looked through them, but then I've put them back in their packets, not even used them at all. So, yep, we may, you know, come along and use those. And I've also got these from Fabrica. So, yeah, let's kind of get cracking. So today, shopping my stash, I'm going to pick the Stamperia, and I'm going to go for this one here, which is House of Roses. So let's take this across to the desk and see what we can come up with. Right, I am at my desk now. So I've got the, you know, the paper pad, and let's just open it up. And I thought what we would do is a page in the, you know, in our glue book. So I haven't done anything in my glue book for a little while. So, yep, I thought it was time to come along and do something. And having done my, you know, I recently looked back through these. I don't know whether the video's gone up yet. But I thought, actually, these just lend themselves perfectly to a glue book. So, actually, I think I'm going to use this one because, yeah, I really love the chair and the bird, and I love this gate and things. So I'm going to pull this one out and just going to have a look, because I may also like to use maybe some of these florals and flowers. And is there anything else? I mean, to be honest, I love all of these pages. So, you know, who am I kidding? They're all just scrumptious. And I might use this clock. I don't know whether I can bring myself to cut that down. It's got to be said. There's a large part of me that just wants to hoard that clock. I mean, what I'm hoarding it for is just beyond me. And the other sheet that I might just incorporate is some of this pink background, because I think that's really, really pretty. We have got a small version of the clock here, so I could use that. Oh. I've now pulled out half the pack here. I mean, of course, I'm not going to get to use half the pack, obviously. And I might even incorporate some of these little squares. So we will see. Let's get rid of this out the way. I'm just going to put this back in the packet, because I'm trying to keep this all really nice. I've hoarded it for such a long time. It would be terrible if I now started, you know, mucking it up. So I have just painted my glue book pages ready. With some gesso. So whilst that's drying, let's go in and just cut out a couple of these little images. Now I'm going to put my glasses on for this. So I love the chair. So I'm just going to cut out the chair first of all. Can't believe I'm actually cutting into this paper, because I've hoarded it for such a long time. Like, oh my goodness, I'm actually going to be using some of this paper. Right, I'm just going to cut this out first, because then it's going to be easier to fussy cut it if I'm not having to handle the whole sheet. So there we go. Let's cut that little bird off. Now I'm going to try, well, cut him out. Sorry, not cut him off. Try not to cut him off, because, yeah, he is in danger, it's got to be said. He feels quite tiny, even though the image itself is massive on this page. He himself feels pretty titchy. So, yeah, he's quite fiddly to cut out. Okay, let's just cut that out there. Yeah, so I hope you're going to join me in the Christmas, you know, countdown with Shop Your Stash. You know, I'm sure that, like me, you probably have a whole bunch of crafting supplies that you've kind of had for a while and, you know, maybe forgotten about, or maybe just, you know, blatantly just hoarding. I think I have both in my stash. But yeah, this is going to be a good fun opportunity to get some of those older supplies out. You know, and of course we can mix them with some of our new supplies too. I mean, just because we're using some of our older things doesn't mean we can't mix and match in with our, you know, in with our new supplies. But yeah, I hope that you're, you know, you're going to join me in this, because it would be really super fun if we're all feeling a bit inspired to use some of our bits and pieces. Because I mean, it's so easy to just, you know, go out and buy new stuff, isn't it? And, you know, actually, probably like most of us, you know, I don't need to do that, because I've got a whole bunch of rubbish there in my stash already. Right, I'm going to go up here, I think. Do I want to, or shall I just cut the gate to here? Actually, I'm going to cut the gate to here. So I'm just going to cut it off at the top of that flower, I think. Okay. Okay, like that. And just cut this down here. I can't believe we're actually in December already. I mean, honestly, how quickly has this year gone? It's literally flown by. Flown. Oh, can't believe that we're in December. I mean, I'm filming this obviously a bit ahead. I have to say, not massively, but just a couple of weeks ahead. So I'm not in December yet, but I soon will be. Oh, and I'm so rubbish. Of course, I've not started my Christmas shopping or anything like that. So, but I'm a bit of a last minute type person. I kind of like to be a last minute person, it's got to be said. So yes, of course, I haven't done any of my Christmas shopping or anything yet, but hey, hopefully by the time this goes up, hopefully I have done some. Right, now just wondering, do I want the other gate? So again, just going to cut that down from the flower here. And then again, just going to cut that off of the big sheet, just so it's easier to get to. I'll move that sheet to one side now. Oh my goodness. There we go. Yeah, I was going to fussy cut these bits first, but to be honest, I changed my mind because I don't know which bits I'm using, you know, until I kind of come to start. So I'm just cutting off bits that I definitely think I want to use. And B, obviously, oh, what was the other reason? I can't remember now what the other reason was. Oh, who knows? Who knows what the other reason was, to be honest. But yeah, so I apologise if this is quite boring now, watching me just fussy cut this. Okay. There we go. Yeah, so I mean, I definitely love the gate, and definitely, you know, hopefully I'm going to use the gate. Now, wondering about this beautiful clock. So yeah, I'm going to cut the clock out. Now, if you watch my channel, you'll know that cutting circles is my least favourite thing to do. So let's just see how this goes. Okay. Okie dokie. I feel like these are quite big pieces, even for my glue book pages, to be honest. And my glue book pages, they're a reasonable size. They're not like really tiny. But yeah, these all look quite big. Maybe this rose might be quite nice. Yeah, let's do that one. So let's just so I've got some flowers kind of to play with here. Yeah, this is very exciting and kind of, oh, I can't believe it type feeling. Actually cutting in and using my Stamperia papers that I have hoarded for such a long time. Can't believe I'm actually going to be using them. Oh, I hope that I'm pleased with what I make. You know, when you've hoarded something for a long time, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes then I feel really nervous, like, you know, you know, like, oh, I really hope I like what I've made, because, you know, otherwise I'm going to really regret using the papers, because I'll think, oh no, you know, it went from that gorgeous paper to now a really rubbish layout. Just wondering whether I want to have this birdhouse with the bird. I'm going to have a think about that and come back to it. This, obviously, I've got the back here and I've got this pink. I'm not thinking using the green, I'm thinking using the pink. And I would just use that maybe in some torn pieces. This, of course, I'm not quite sure whether I'm going to bring myself to cut into it. And then this, if I need to, I will cut some of those roses down. Now I've got some of these little tile kind of options here, which is on this back page with the light roof tiles. Personally, I don't really like this page very much, although I'm now kind of thinking perhaps it would look okay on the layout. I don't know, perhaps it wouldn't, I don't know. Anyway, I'm still going to end up probably with quite a bit left, even if I cut some of these little tiles out. So just going to cut here. Actually, I'm going to cut here. Like that. Okie dokie. So I'm just going to cut a couple of these squares. Okay. I mean, mainly because I wanted to cut that clock out, really. Got to be said. That was the main piece I wanted from there, was the clock. Which, you know, that clock might be overkill anyway, because don't forget, I did actually cut out that smaller clock already. So it might just be going to be one clock too many. So I've got this little offcut. I'm not going to chuck that away yet, because just in case I want to use it, even though I said I didn't really like that, you know, tile kind of look, I might still want to use it. Now I've also got, these are some of my printables. I can't remember whether these are the ones that I finally used or not, but I had a whole bunch that I obviously kind of had printed and printed whilst I was trying to get them, you know, right. So yeah, I'm going to use up some of those just in the background here. So this is my page. Now for anyone who's, you know, new to my channel or maybe not seen a glue book kind of episode, this is not my glue book junk journal. This is my, I must stop calling it a glue book actually. So sorry, completely retract everything I've said about glue book. This is my art journal. So sorry. My art journal. So for anyone who's new to my channel or maybe just not seen any of my art journaling, this is, it was an old recipe book. So it's just, you know, a blender recipe book. And all I've done is I've just randomly through the book made some art journal pages. Now I have to confess, I have not done anything in my art journal for a really long time, purely because they're the type of thing that actually takes quite a bit of focus and concentration. And to be honest, just with one thing and another, I haven't really felt that I'm in that space recently. So I feel a little bit nervous as well about going to be doing a layout in here. So I hope it goes okay. But I'm just quickly flicking through for anyone who's not seen in here some of my layouts that I've done so far. And like I say, I flicked through into random places because I wanted the journal to be, you know, very eclectic and, you know, not have kind of all the same kinds of things next to each other, if you see what I mean. So hopefully by flicking through at random places, I'm going to end up with a really good eclectic mix. And the other thing is, obviously, as you can see, I mean, this is already getting quite full. Oops, my gessoed page now is glued together. Oops, well, gessoed together. The other thing is, as you can see, it's already getting quite thick. So by jumping around, if need be, I can always tear some pages out, and I'm not going to have them all torn out from, say, the front or torn out from the back. So that was my reasoning for doing, you know, jumping around and random places. So this is still drying, the gesso. Unfortunately, it's not as dry as I'd hoped, but, you know, I'm just going to crack on regardless because otherwise we're going to be here all day. So I'm going to get some bits and pieces just in the background now. Obviously I have painted or gessoed over some of it already, but I'm going to glue down and cover up some of it as well. So I'm just going to take, for instance, this page here. Oops, let me just unclog my glue because I haven't used it yet today. Okay. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of get some bits stuck down and I know I say this all the time, but I really like the whole getting something glued onto the page, because even if I change my mind, and I know just, oh, it's so boring because you must have heard me say this so many times, I just think it's something to work from. If I've not glued anything down, it's almost like then I have too many options and I can't kind of then decide, and I can't make a start. Whereas once I've glued one thing, it gives me something to build on. Even if, you know, I later kind of think, oh, I wish I hadn't glued that there. I still, you know, I still prefer to have glued something down and have a starting point than to be starting, you know, from scratch. Now, I'm looking now for my glue spreader, which obviously I have used yesterday, and now I can't find it anywhere. Oh dear. Right, let me peel this off and try again, because I don't feel like it's, you know, on there very smoothly. Okay, right, that's a bit better. Okay. So, I mean, obviously my page is quite wrinkly. Again, you know, I don't really mind that. And where it's not gone up kind of to the edge here, that's fine, because I can fill that in, you know, with some paint or something like that, you know, a bit later on. It doesn't really kind of matter too much. So on the facing page, I'm just going to, again, just maybe get another little bit of invoice down, just maybe like here. Okay. And then, you know, this is then my foundation for the page. So, you know, I've at least got a starting point. So, yeah, let's glue that down. Okay. Okie dokie. Yeah, I'm really out of practice with this, and I do feel very, very nervous, it's got to be said. Do you guys feel nervous if you've not done something for a while? Does it kind of then fill you with dread and you think, oh no, I hope I can still do it? That's how I'm feeling right now. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, but you know, I think you've got to kind of practice and stick, you know, keep sort of doing things. Right, I haven't really got my glue spreader, but I'm just going to use this because I feel like I do need to smooth it out with something. Yeah, I do think, you know, you need to kind of stick at something to improve, and because I haven't really done anything in here for a long time, I feel like I'm going to be really, really hopeless today. Oh look, my glue spreader was right there on the desk. Right, okay, so our main kind of pieces that we're going to be using, we've got this gorgeous chair, which, how pretty is that? I love how that is. We've got the gate. So yeah, might have the gate kind of here, and then we've got a gate the other side. So I quite like it like that. So is there kind of like a wide, nice gate like that. Now, would I want to use the clock? Can I bring myself to use the clock is the question. Oh, quite liking that. Okay, and then I've got some of the roses and things as well. Now, of course, I'm going to cut out some more roses. I'm not going to just kind of leave it at that, but that's the starting point. So I might take some of this pink paper. Now, I'm not having to hoard this because personally, you know, this is not really kind of my favourite piece at all from the pad. So I don't feel kind of nervous about using this at all. So I might just put that down like that. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't tell you the last time I did a page in here actually, but it was quite a long time ago. Obviously I have been doing my glue book journal, which was why I kept on calling this a glue book, because that was, you know, that was the thing I've been doing more recently. But yeah, my art journal, no, I've not done a page in here for ages. So I feel a bit nervous that this is not going to come together very easily. Okay. Right, just going to try and spread that glue here to get it to seep out a bit into there. Okie dokie. And then I think might want to have some here. So I'm just going to tear this down so it's much smaller. Yeah, like that. Okay. I'm just going to put that up there. Oh, it's such a lovely day today. For several days now on the trot, we've had those cold, crisp days, which, oh, they're just my favourite winter days. You know, when it's cold and crisp. I have to say, it's proper cold. Yeah, really, really has turned very chilly. But hey, when it's cold and crisp, you know, you can't complain, can you? Because I'd far rather it be cold and crisp than drab and raining. You know, who wants that? So I'm just going to glue this down here so that hopefully it's glued, you know, more to the edge or more to the crease, you know, the inside. Okay, and just a bit here. Okay, right, so that's that. Now I'm going to go in and do some paint now in that background as well. So I've got some acrylic paints here beside me. Now I've got a lilac. I know it's not pink, but you know, I'm hoping that's going to be fine. And I've also got some gold, which I'm not necessarily saying is going to be fine. Now I've got that pink, but that pink is obviously like super, super bright. So yeah, that's probably a mistake. So perhaps I will steer clear from that. Got this, which is slightly darker. I mean, I have got some purples going on here in the flowers. So let's just put some of these paints down. And of course, I might have to then dry the page because it's going to be, you know, a little bit on the wet side. Oh, that's quite purple, isn't it? Right, now I might just dab this on with my wipe. And again, I don't mind if I'm going over the papers slightly. You know, I mean, in fact, I probably want to a bit because it kind of then, you know, fully incorporates the paper, if you see what I mean. So I'm just going to kind of blend that a bit. Okay. And then a bit down here as well, I think. Oops. Now, obviously, I have put that gesso down. I'm not saying that that's particularly, you know, doing a lot, but yeah, I have put that down. So I guess that's just something else to bear in mind. Now, it is looking very purple, so I'm just going to tone it down by putting a little bit of cream on here as well. Okay. So yeah, let's just kind of dab on some cream, just because I thought, oh, actually, maybe that's a bit too bright. Okay. Just put some up there. And you see how, you know, when we said that this had not gone right up to the edge at the top, it doesn't matter because obviously that edge now is kind of covered up anyway. So, you know, it really, yeah, is kind of disguised and hidden. It doesn't now matter at all. So, right, let me put the paints away. Now, I probably should dry my page, it's got to be said, because I'm thinking I'm going to struggle otherwise. So, hold on. Now, I have moved my heat tool now so that it's beside me, which hopefully is going to be much better because you guys won't have to be just bored with me, you know, nowhere in sight. I'm not saying that this is a lot better, but at least we're still chatting and still face to face. So, yeah. So I just want to dry that layer of paint, really, so that I'm not kind of getting paint everywhere. Okay. Okie dokie. Okay, so it's nearly dry now. Okay, right. Get rid of that to the side now. Okay, so let's bring our pieces back in. So we've got this gate here, which I thought would look lovely kind of higher up on the page. We've got this one down here, or that I'm going to put down here anyway, because I thought that would look lovely down there. And then we've got this gorgeous chair, which, yeah, should we kind of have there, sort of like in front of the gate somehow. I've got these couple of tiles, which, yeah, I mean, just, you know, for decorative kind of detail, really. And then we've got some roses and things, so I might just have maybe some roses up there. So it all looks quite pretty, doesn't it? The only thing is I do feel it's very blendy, you know, in that I haven't necessarily got very many, you know, standout kind of features. So I'm just kind of, again, scanning around my desk and seeing what I've got. Now, I've got some of this, which is a printed film strip. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that this is going to look good, but I'm kind of thinking something, you know, something black here to break the page up, really, because I do feel it's very, yeah, very blendy, really. It does need something to, you know, make it pop a little bit and kind of make it stand out, because otherwise it's, you know, if everything's blending in, it's not really then, you know, going to have enough kind of impact, I think. So, yeah, I definitely think it does need some black things. Or darker, not necessarily black, but darker definitely. So let me just see what else I've got. I mean, obviously I do like kind of darker things. So I'm sure I've got plenty of things laying around. So let's just cut this out. Okay, so this is just one of my labels. Again, it just happened to be floating around on the desk. So, yeah, I thought actually this might be a good addition. Okay. Let's just cut that down. Okay, right. So I'm getting quite a nice kind of cluster of black things over here, which I love. I have to say, they look, you know, really, really good. Really enjoying how they look. Definitely need to bring some black in over on this side, and particularly over this purple, because I'm not happy at all with how that purple's looking. Yeah, let's kind of do that. So I'm wondering whether I want to have any black stamping before I kind of get too carried away. I've got my new stays on, or have I got my black heavy gesso, I wonder? No, that's over on the shelf, I think. So, yeah, rather than kind of stop the video again. Oh, no, hold on, I might have it. Oh, I have got it. I have got it. So I've got my black heavy gesso now. Do I dare use some of the black gesso? Oh, I don't know whether I'm going to muck this up completely. Oh, just depends really how messy I'm going to be with it, doesn't it? Well, do you know, let's just go for it. So, yeah, let me just bring in a stencil. So, hold on. Okay. So, I'm going to bring in... Oh, hold on. Okay. Right. I don't want to go too mad, but obviously I do want to get some sort of black on there. So, I've just brought in... Oh, that might not be quite right. No, that might not be quite right at all. But I have also got my little swirly ones. Right, let me pull my sleeves up before I get it all over my top here. Okay, right. I'm going to put some black gesso over in this corner. Now, I haven't used any gesso for a while either. Pretty sure that my skills won't have improved since last time. So, yeah. Kind of word of warning there that it's about to get super messy and I'm probably about to muck up the page completely. Okay, right. I'm going to take my card. I've used this card before for gesso, I think. So I'm just going to take a little bit onto here and I'm just going to gesso this down in the black. Okay. I'll just go a bit here. Okey-doke. Take that up. Okay. I mean, it's not perfect, but again, it doesn't really matter too much because when I, you know, stick things down, that's going to be covered up. So yeah, it doesn't really kind of matter too much. It's not going to be too, you know, too apparent if it's not 100% neat. So I'm going to put some, I think, here now. So again, just kind of spread that on with my spreader here. Okay. There we go. Just get a bit here. Okay. Yeah. Okay, and then now, do I want to have a word? So let me just quickly clean my stencil off a little bit. Okay, right. Okay, so that was one of those stencils that I've cut, you know, just to make it kind of a little bit less messy to use. Now, just wondering. Oh, it's so tricky, isn't it? I think maybe I might quite like to just have maybe the 1812 over there. So I'll just put this up here. Okay, and do we want anything else? I don't want to have things kind of patched around so it looks like I've got things in all four corners. But yeah, I'm just wondering whether maybe down there. So I'm going to just put this I'll just have to do it like that, I think. So I'm just going to have the number here, or, you know, the NO. NO spells no. Okay, right. I don't know where that came from, but yeah, it's the type of thing that children say, isn't it? Okay. So, yeah, I mean, obviously I did smudge this slightly just now because I've obviously gone over this before that one was dry. But again, you know, it doesn't really matter, to be honest, because once my things get stuck on there, it's not going to be so noticeable. So I'm just going to get rid of this. And I am thinking now, actually, I could do some black stamping as well. So, yeah, why not? Why not do some black stamping as well on here? So, yeah, perhaps we'll do some... should we do some script, or shall we do some... So I've got this, which is, again, this is a new stamp, which again, you know, in the theme of shopping my stash, I say it's new. I've had it for weeks and weeks. I haven't even opened it yet. So again, shopping my stash using this, yeah, what do you call it? You know, sheet music stamp. So I'm going to just kind of try and stamp on a little portion of it. Now, obviously, I've not used this stamp before. So, yeah, let's just hope it's going to be a good one. So let's put this down here and try a little bit of it before I go all guns blazing onto my layout. So, yeah, let's just check. Okay, so nice clean one. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little bit here. Actually, a bit here. And then maybe a bit over here. Yeah, let's have a bit more running up there. Yep. A bit down there in the corner. And then should we just have a tiny bit here? I mean, obviously, you know, I'm going to have quite a bit stuck on here. So it's, you know, it's hard to know even whether some of these bits are going to be covered up and not even show. But that's fine. Doesn't matter at all. So, I mean, you know, what a pretty background, to be honest. It looks absolutely gorgeous, doesn't it? You know, I love it now without even having anything stuck on there. Yeah, it just looks lovely. So let's hope it's going to look as lovely once we've stuck all our bits and pieces on. Oh dear, who knows? Maybe it won't. Right, let me get my scissors out of my drawer before I then forget where they've gone. Okay, now do I need to dry that gesso? I probably should, shouldn't I? Before I end up, again, smudging that around the page. So, let's just quickly dry that off. Now, I'm wondering, because I'm pretty sure I've got some of my vintage Tanner's black frames here. Okay, well, I definitely have one. So, yeah. Even if we just go for this one, that's fine. Okay, right. So let's bring our bits and pieces back kind of in. So we're going to have this. Now I'm thinking tear this down because otherwise it's a bit sort of long and overhanging the page. I don't want it getting, you know, knocked off. So that's that one. Now we've got the chair. So we're going to have the chair here. Now over here we were having obviously the thingamajiggly. What's the word? The film strip. The film strip there. We're going to have these like that. Okay. And then where's that gate? There we go. We're going to have that gate kind of here. Now I'm just wondering, I think maybe that was more like this. Okay, now for me that chair's just not really standing out enough. So yeah, I definitely need to kind of do something to make the chair stand out. So just going to cut this black frame out. Again, you know, who knows? This might look good, it might look rubbish, but you don't know if you don't try, do you? So you've just got to sometimes just go with what you know, what you think might look okay. Okey-dokey. Yeah, that background just turned out lovely, didn't it? Really loved how it looked, you know, even just nothing on it. It looked really pretty. So yeah, I hope I don't spoil it now when I come to stick all my bits and pieces onto the page. Right, now I'm wondering, you see, if we could have something like the frame to just make that chair stand out a bit. Oh, I quite like all that side. I'm not loving the side with the chair. Now, whether that's the chair that's making me not love it, I don't know. Let me just take the chair off, because maybe I need something instead of the chair. You know, maybe the chair is not the thing I need there. Let me move the chair. Just going to get one of my little words here. So I've got beautiful. Let's take that. Okay. Okay. Oh, I love how that looks. Isn't that really, really pretty? Yeah, definitely love all of those bits. I don't know what I'm going to have now as my you know, my feature if I'm not having the chair. But you know what? I'm going to come to that bit, you know, when I come to it, if you see what I mean. So I'm just going to glue down some of the bits and pieces here anyway. So I'm going to glue this one down first. Like that. Okay. So just get my wipe to press that down. Now, I do like that frame, I have to say. Yeah, do like the frame. So I'm just going to put, oops, this one on this side. And then this one, I might have to have, you know, raised with some of the hot glue. Now, I'm also thinking I might have to outline this in black, so it's got some of the black going on. So I'm going to go round the edge with my black stays on. Do you know, I think that chair is too green. I don't think I'm loving it because of the green. So yeah, I think that's kind of, oops, preventing me from enjoying that. Okay, so I'm going to cut this down slightly more at the edge. Okay. Right, let's get rid of these bits. Okay. Just going to get rid of that piece there. Yeah, so I love how that looks. Very, very nice. Yeah, really loving that. Now, my rose. I mean, to be fair, you know, I don't even necessarily need to have, you know, a focal point as such. I could just kind of have it like this. You know, there's no rule against having it like this, is there? So let's just glue this down. And again, I'm using loads of the hot glue and going to just put this on, but not press it too far or too hard. So it's got that raised kind of thing going on. Right, now this one, I'm going to just edge down this side, down the edge in the black. Again, so that hopefully it's going to just show up a bit more. I'm not saying it wasn't showing up, because it was. But, yeah. I don't think I need to go around the whole thing with black, but I don't know now. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. So, yeah, let's kind of go around the whole thing. Not too much. And that will be famous last words, because before you know it, I'll have smothered the whole thing with black to the point of them won't be able to use it, you know. But yeah, just kind of a little bit here. Okey doke. Okay. Yeah, definitely love how that looks. That's gorgeous. So I'm going to put this one down. Okay. So I'm just going to put that one down there. Oops. So again, just squish that down with my wipe. Okay. And then this one, just going to have down there. Yeah. So again, thinking, do I need to hot glue this and have it kind of lumpy so as it's sticking out? Okay, so I'm going to do it in 2 halves. So I'm going to just do this bottom half first, only because it's quite a big piece and I don't want it then, you know, not gluing in sort of a section of it. So yeah, let's get this piece glued down first and then I can glue the top down. So yeah, that's fixed in there. And to be honest, I mean, I could just leave it flapping for the moment, just in case I want to tuck anything behind there. Obviously, I'm not going to leave it flapping, you know, permanently. You know, when the when the piece is finished, I'm going to obviously glue it down. But yeah, I'm just thinking, actually, I'm going to leave it like this for a moment, because just in case I want anything else there, I can tuck it in then behind there. So yeah, I think that's quite a good kind of thing to do. Right, okay, so this side now, I'm going to just again do the same with the edge of here. So quite a bit of black on the outside edge to make that stand out, and then just go round the gate edge again like that. Okay. Okie dokie, right, let's have a look now. So this can then, yeah, stick down here. So that looks lovely, doesn't it? Now, might have that there. I don't know what to have here, is the thing. So I might have to actually stop the video and actually have a hunt around and see if I've got anything that's just kind of, you know, screaming to be used there. So I think, yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to glue this down first. Like that. Okay. Oops. Okay, like that. And then I'm just going to glue this down. Now I'm wondering this time if I should have it this way in case I want to tuck something behind the gate there. So I'm going to glue it at the top, but not the bottom, if you see what I mean. You know, just so that if I want to tuck something in, I can. So yeah, let's pop it here like that. So it's just my top part that's actually glued down. So it's the bottom part on the other gate and it's the top part on this one. So yeah. Okay, I'm going to hop off now and see if I can find something for here. Okay, I pulled this one in from a children's book, and yeah, I think this might look quite cute. So I'm just going to kind of cut around her. So she's a really super cute little doll. Now, I just don't know whether I should incorporate that drum. No, I don't think I should, because yeah, that's like massive in comparison to her, so it just looks really weird. But yeah, let's just cut her out. Oh my goodness. Struggling to kind of see what's her, what's the drum, what's the background. But yeah, I thought she's cute, isn't she? Oh, now I'm wishing that I brought the whole book over, actually. What a silly person I am, because yeah, I should have bought the whole book, because I'm just thinking I could have used some words and things from the book, but never mind. Might have to go back and get it in a minute. Okay. It was either this little girl or it was an Edwardian lady. So from my kind of vintage kind of catalogues. And yeah, I was about to use the Edwardian lady. And then I thought, actually, you know, I think this little girl, she's going to be more of a kind of contrast on this page, which is really cute, isn't it? You know. And look, I mean, she just goes much better on that side than this side, doesn't she? Right, let me nib and get the book. It was from one of these Enid Blyton books. And yeah, I find these have very cute little images, you know, that are just kind of ideal to use. I mean, look at that. How cute with that hedgehog. So yeah, let's just see. And of course, now I've said that, I'm not going to be able to find anything remotely kind of cute or suitable. I mean, I love this one of this girl with the whiskers, to be honest. She's very cute, isn't she? She's very pretty, even with the whiskers. So, yeah, let's just cut her out now. Goodness knows how I'm going to cut the whiskers out. So I might have to just cut them off and hope that nobody really notices. Yeah, definitely going to struggle. Going to struggle to cut the whiskers out. Well, we'll see. Might just look really odd, in which case I will get rid of them. Oh no, look, cut them off on that side by mistake. So yeah, let's get rid of them. Oh, honestly, even as I was talking about that, I then cut them off. Can you believe it? Doesn't look too bad if she has whiskers one side and not the other, actually. Oh, what's happened to the, oh there. I was going to say, what's happened to that doll? She's gone now. Okay. So, yeah, I quite love how those little images look on there. Very cute. Now, it's a shame she's got no legs, to be honest, but she didn't have legs in the book. It's not like I've cut them off. Not because I wouldn't, because let's face it, we all know that I would, but yeah, she just didn't have legs in the book. Right, just having a look to see, you know, like where the title was, where it says the girl with the whiskers, because I'm thinking we could have that somewhere, couldn't we? So yeah, let's just cut that down here. So, yeah, let's just check. Okie dokie. Right. So I'm going to have to put something over her legs because I, yeah, just can't stand looking at her with no legs. She just looks really, really, really peculiar. So let's get her glued down. Okay, and yeah. I have her arm under and her whiskers over, I think. Yep, okay. Like that. Okay, and then I'm just going to put the doll down over here. Okie dokie. Oops, just pop her here. Oops. Pop her down, yeah, about there. Again, just dab off that glue. Okay, right, so the girl with the whiskers, I'm just going to cut that down. Let's just do it a bit more. Okay, right, so we would have the girl with, should I have another word? Oh, the girl with whiskers. I thought, well, that's strange. I've cut off the. But no, it was just the girl with whiskers, not the girl with the whiskers. Just the girl with whiskers. Okay, right. So, yeah. Well, I'm not quite sure about my positioning of the text, it's got to be said. So yeah, I might have to kind of change that about a bit, because I'm not that happy with where I've kind of positioned the words. But maybe it's kind of nicer over her. I know that sounds like a little bit weird, but yeah, I think I prefer it kind of over her a little bit. So I might just go around the edge of the words with the black as well. Try not to go too mad. I know. I mean, it's more luck than judgment, to be honest, whether I do or not. Just gives it a little bit of outline. And then I'm just going to go around this rose. Okay. Right, let's get the rose glued down here. And again, just going to hot glue this down so it's raised. Okay. Like that. Okay. I'll put it this side now. Okay, and then just go around the width. Oh dear. So again, try not to go too mad, but just get a bit of an outline going on. Okay. Like that, and then the girl, so we'll just edge them. Yeah, I like the words up there. I think that looks nice. So like that, and then the. I mean, we could even have a big the, to be fair. I don't know whether I've got one in there. I'm just wondering whether I've got some letter, you know, some like scrapbook letters that I could have put a big the. Well, I can always do that later. Well, let's be honest, I'm not likely to come back and do that later, but hey, it looks fine with the small the, doesn't it? I mean, it's not that small, but yeah, just the regular size the that's in keeping with the rest of it. So yeah, love how that looks. Right, okay, so let's get this glued down here. Like that. Okay. And then this one. Okie doke. Yeah. Okay, so that looks really nice, doesn't it? And then I'm wondering what else. I think maybe I need some sort of black edging or something. So just, yeah, wondering what to do that with. So now, do we want any other roses as well, actually? I don't think it necessarily needs the extra roses, actually. Right, let me see. Oh, I've got my watercolour pencil. Now, do I dare try and highlight the gates and things? Now, what was it that I read about? Oh, do you know, I can't remember now. Just going to squirt some water onto my desk. I haven't used my watercolour pencils for a really long time. So, yeah, I'm very out of practice with all of this. You know, just as I was kind of beginning to get into it, you know, earlier on in the year, then I haven't done it for a while. And so now I'm really really out of it again. I'm very rusty, so oh, fingers crossed here. So I'm just going to go in with my black here. Let's get some brush. And then a bit here. So I mean, hopefully I'm just kind of adding a bit of kind of depth and things to my gate, really, is the plan. Doesn't help that my pencil's completely blunt. I need a new pencil sharpener. I did just try and sharpen it. That's what I was doing to the side, but yeah, my sharpener's seen better days, and I think my daughter's been at it, you know. So now it doesn't appear to want to work at all. Okay. Just try and drag that down a bit. Okay, and yeah, go along this bit a little bit. Okay, so yeah, I quite like that bit of edging around the gate. Do we need anything else? I'm almost feeling like I want to do some sort of black edging here, but I don't know whether I'm, yeah, just going to spoil it completely. Let's try. Let's just try and mop it up a bit with my wipe. Just so it's got a bit more kind of depth going on, I suppose. Yeah, I quite like that, I think. I might just do a little touch here as well. Just bring it like that down. Okay. Yeah. Just so it's not quite so flat, you know, with the lilacs. So yeah, just kind of giving it a bit more interest in the colour, I suppose, really. Okay. Yeah, definitely think that's helped. Might have to just do a little tiny bit down here as well. So. Okay, yeah, really like how that looks now. I think that looks really, really pretty. The only other thing probably that I could do is put some kind of ink splodges. I don't think I'm going to do that because I suspect that I will spoil it completely. So I think I'm going to leave it there. Yeah, I think it looks pretty. I could always kind of pick up some bits in the flowers, but again, I might not bother. Yeah, I think it looks pretty how it is. So I hope that maybe it's inspired you, and you know, I hope you enjoyed shopping our stash, and hopefully you will join me tomorrow for episode 2 of Countdown to Christmas, and you know, shop our stash on the Countdown to Christmas. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a great day. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks then. Bye.